Hello and welcome to 5 Minute Travel Tips. I'm Neil Patil from Veena World. Now, most of you who know me know that I really love the country of Australia, the 6th largest country in the world. Now, when many of us think of traveling to Australia, we think of the cities of Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, Gold Coast, Cairns, Canberra, Adelaide. But no one really talks about the city that is situated on the western coast of Australia, Perth. So today on 5 Minute Travel Tips, we are going to answer one simple question. Is Perth really worth visiting? So buckle up because by the end of the episode, we may have an answer for you. So when it comes to Perth, Perth is often known as the sunniest capital city in Australia. Perth is the capital of the state of Western Australia. Now if you think of the country of Australia on a map, if you see Perth, Perth is backed up by the Indian Ocean, which means Perth has crystal clear water and amazing white sand. So that means that it is a no-brainer that at least one day will be spent chilling on the beach over here. So when you're in Perth, there are multiple beaches that you can go to. There's the Cotslow Beach, which the local refers to as the Cot, and it is one of Australia's most iconic beaches. Then there is also Mulalu Beach, which is a beach that is generally said to be a beach in Perth where you can enjoy with kids. Then there's also Scarborough Beach, which is also known as Scabs by the local. And this beach has recently gone through a reconstruction project with the government of Western Australia investing close to $100 million. And all of this has meant that there are new additions to the beach, which include large play spaces for families, a beach pool, and there's also for skateboard lovers a skateboard park. Then there's finally also City Beach. But the beaches don't end over here. Perth also has an island very close to it which is known as Rottnest Island. Now Rottnest Island is a very short ferry ride away from the city of Perth, which means that you can do a day trip over here. What do you get to see at Rottnest Island? Well, one of the major draws of Rottnest Island is the famous quokkas, the happiest animal on earth. These cute creatures will be wandering around the island and are super friendly. But as we always say, even if you want to take a selfie with one of these creatures, just be careful that you do not want to get into their own private space. So that's Rottnest Island. Then Perth also has a river which is known as the Swan River. Over here you can take a cruise and just enjoy a scenic ride through the river and enjoy magnificent views of Perth and also the port of Fremantle. Then there is also an island in the middle of the city, that is the Harrison Island, which is at the eastern end of the river and is one of the best places for tourists. It has a number of different facilities which include picnic spots, seating areas for barbecues, a children's playground, and also a kangaroo sanctuary. Now, similar to the states of Victoria, South Australia, and New South Wales, Perth or Western Australia is also known for its wine, and there are many wineries in the Swan Valley. Over here you can drive up to any of these wineries, enjoy a nice tasting session with an incredible meal and just enjoy the landscape of Western Australia. To add to that, Perth also has the oldest mint in Australia which produces the coins of the Australian dollar, the Perth Mint. Then there is a park known as the King's Park, which is a mixture of grassed parkland, botanical gardens, natural bushland, and is also home to about 324 native plant varieties and 80 bird species. But that's not all. There is also a World Heritage Site which is the Fremantle Prison. Then there is a strip which is known as the Cappuccino Strip, and as the name tells us, it is a busy cosmopolitan mix of cafes, restaurants and pubs. So all in all, Perth and the area surrounding it has a lot to offer. So if you were to think of a 3-day itinerary over here, well, you could spend the first day getting to know Perth. Then you could spend the second day in the charming port of Fremantle. And then there is also a third day where you can enjoy island life at Rottnest Island. Now, you might ask me, well, Neil, Australia is a long way off. Even if Perth is just 5 hours from Singapore, it is still a long journey. So what is the best destination that you can club Perth with? In my opinion, the best way that you can see Perth is if you club Perth with Queensland, because you can enjoy the Indian Ocean on this side by enjoying Perth and surrounds, and then there is also Brisbane, Gold Coast and Cairns that you can enjoy. So I often say one trip to Australia is not enough. That is why the second time that you go to Australia, make sure you have Perth, Brisbane, Gold Coast and Cairns on your bucket list, because then you can enjoy the Indian Ocean over here and you can enjoy the Great Barrier Reef on the east side as well. So this was Perth. When you're going down under, make sure Perth is on your list. All in all, to answer your question, is a visit to Perth really worth it? Well, it is a big yes from my side. So that's all for today on 5 Minute Travel Tips. Thank you for listening. I'm Neil from Veena World signing off. I will see you next Monday. Have a super day and a super week ahead.